We are starting. Thank you,
Cool.
HALAN, for the short notice. I basically really just asked her, "Oh, you wanna sit down with me for a video podcast?" And she said, "Yes. When can we start?" And I'm like, if you have time now, we can start now. And here we are now. So after 5 minutes of preparation and a little bathroom break, we are on. So, Helen, please introduce yourself to the
hmm
listeners who might not know you. Tell me, a little bit about your background, where you're coming from music-wise, maybe what you learned, upbringing, whatever you want to tell us. Please give us an overview. What is Harlan? And why did you come
Sounds
up with
good.
the name? But I'm going to ask you this later. So first start. Sorry, I'm stopping
Okay,
now.
no problem. So I am based in Los Angeles, and I just produced and released my debut EP, which is of the dark pop genre. And this is my debut release, and it's the first songs that I've ever worked on. And before that, I've only been making music solo probably for 2 years, and um, learning and just like learning how to do it as I go. And before that, I was kind of in um, 2 or 3 years ago, I was in college, and then when I was in college, I was in a bunch of cover bands, and they were mostly 80s rock, 90s rock kind of cover bands. And then after college, I got introduced to metal, and
Yeah.
yeah, and then I joined the original theatrical metal band, which lasted for about a few months. We recorded a song, but then we disbanded because of logistical issues, and then I just pursued my own thing like full time. And I think in my dark pop songs, people have said it sounds really dark and kind of like heavy in one of the songs. Can't Keep You is probably the one that has the most metal influence in it. And I have more songs coming up, which I'm gonna explore other genres, and one of them is kind of a little bit like doom metal and dark wave.
Ooh. Ooh, you definitely have to hit me up here. This sounds exactly because okay. Anyway, just short derailing. This is exactly what I like. If an artist is not completely like, oh, I only do this and only that. Now, I mean, I heard your dark pop song and it's in my playlist right now. And if you're saying now doom, that's kind of wow, that's cool. I'm all for it. Don't get any blinders or something. Just do what you like, and it's great. So anyway, go ahead with your introduction.
Oh yeah, yeah, I like doom metal a lot, and right now I'm wearing a Author and Punisher shirt. I'm not sure if you know them. I saw him live, and this shirt it was a birthday gift from my best friend.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. I
No.
interrupted your flow. I do this sometimes. I'm sorry. So, what was your musical upbringing? I mean, what did you learn, or did you play the flute as a child, or where you're coming from?
Yeah. So I learned classical piano for about 10 to 12 years. From when I was 4 years old, on and off, I played classical piano until like the end of high school. So I wasn't a great student because I wasn't very good at playing the composers as they were supposed to be played. For example, I'll play Bach like way too fast, and because I didn't like the slow songs.
Hmm.
Um, I like the romantic composers like Chopin and Stravinsky, and the names are eluding me right now. Brahms.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
yeah, so my upbringing was pretty classical, but then at some point in my childhood, I thought my childhood dream was to become an opera singer when I grew up. But
Ooh.
then like my musical direction just kept changing throughout the years, and then I got introduced to like new genres of music um, as I went with my life. And I think all these different genres and influences just came into play with when I make music.
No, absolutely. I mean, that's sometimes it's such a stupid question to ask. An artist. So what your inspiration? Where does your inspiration come? Everything inspires you, and everything what you like and listen to.
Sure.
Gets into. It's kind of like, yeah, you're the funnel of it. So, just to you don't have to answer this question, but as this is your debut album or EP. So how do you support yourself? Do you have a day job, or what do you do in the meantime? Because I'm figuring out, you cannot live from music now yet.
No, it's kind of impossible. I work in the tech industry, kind of. So I have a day job, and I work with data. So it's kind of like a nerdy thing. So yeah, that's my day job, and I just started on it like pretty recently.
I see. So you just started. You just stopped your college or university just recently, and just started out working recently, or
I finished college about 3 years ago, but I was working at some in the advertising industry, and I was miserable for.
This might become in handy now, to advertise yourself a little bit, and
Yeah. Actually, it is coming in really handy.
Okay.
It's really coming in handy.
We can maybe talk about it. I mean, maybe you have some recommendations, because just tonight or this morning here, it's in Germany, the morning. I was listening to some sorry. How to use Facebook ads, and that Facebook ads are not for small starting out artists, because they only work if you have a body of work already, and that people can, follow up if you just have one single. Anyway, maybe if you want to, what would your recommendation be for, for some, or what worked for you? Maybe make it more precise. Did you do some marketing? If you want to talk about it, you don't need to. But I mean, we can talk about whatever you want.
I think I didn't really do a lot of marketing. It was like pretty much just like it's like going around in the dark. I didn't know what I was doing, honestly. I got advice from like multiple friends. They would all give me like different types of advice, but ultimately, I think like advertising didn't really come into play at this stage, because I did try to run some Google ads on video, but I don't think they convert to like fans. So I don't have good advice on advertising at the moment.
I see. Yeah, no, but I think this is kind of like what I said. You first need to build up, that you have like at least 3 EPs out there and 3 videos or something, that people can find you and also stay with you. If you have just one single out, I completely get the point that it doesn't really make sense to do huge advertisement campaigns, because people will click it once, and you get like, I don't know, 0.000 something for a play from Spotify. So even if it listen to it 100 times, then okay, you get 10 cents or something, for an ad that costs you $100. So okay. So how did you come up with the name Helen? Where does it come from?
That's a great question. So my real name is Helen, right? Like spelled normally, like HELEN. And one of my good friends, we were in a couple of bands in college together, and he's a metalhead, and he's also very quirky, and he just started calling me HALAN. Like he would just like call my name funny, and then one of the names he called me would be HALAN instead of Helen, and that's how I decided, oh, actually this name sounds pretty good for a stage name. I would like to use it. That's how it came about.
Okay. And, I figure that the transition from playing in a band and doing it all on your own is a little bit different. I mean, honestly, I've been there, I've done that, but I prefer to be in a band because sometimes it's a little bit, you're close, you're in your little bubble, and you need some people from the outside. So, I mean, how did you work around with? Did you show your songs to your friends, or are you trying to find band members, or are you really focusing on being alone? I mean, and also when you perform or something, or want to perform, I guess you haven't performed live yet.
No, I haven't. I just did a live stream today, actually.
Oh,
before,
cool.
like 2 hours before this. But yeah, I did it pretty much with like a TV karaoke track at the back playing. But I think I prefer to be solo for my own projects because even though like in a band, I really liked my metal band jam sessions with the band that disbanded because there's so much, like you get so much adrenaline just playing loud music, and you have like all these people with you playing with you, and then you all feel so hyped up. And then I like that feeling. But then for me, I also like creating, and I feel like when I'm working by myself, that's when I have complete control over what I want to do. I do I haven't, for the songs that I've released, I didn't really get a lot of like secondary opinions on the production stage. I only got I only asked around like a couple of friends when it came to like, oh, which mix sounds better, like comparing mixes. I think for me, like I want to make music that I myself enjoy a lot because that's, first of all, I want to be able to enjoy the song. So I guess I try to be like super critical of my own music first and foremost to start with, so that even if I don't show it to other people, like some people it's gonna resonate with some people.
No, I'm completely with you. I think that's the best thing you can do. I mean, you have to love your music. You have to love what you're doing. So, I mean, if you don't like it, how can you expect others to like it? Or worse, if you just try to kind of run after a trend, or this is popular right now, so I need to do it, and you can. I mean, I'm listening to a lot of music, so you can hear if there's a soulless husk of a song, and it's well produced, well sung, and whatever, but it's boring as hell because it's just like, I have heard it 1,000 times, So, so I'm completely with you. You have to make it your own. But your first audience are yourself. If you like it, oh, cool, this is a good one, and you got it stuck in your head. That's exactly how you should do it. And then and this is the good thing with the time we're living right now. Because even if you're just a niche, because of the internet and the millions, milliards, how you say, billions in American, in English, sorry, the billions of reach, even if you're niche, you have like, let's say 100,000 people in your niche, and you can reach them through the internet. So, people might need to know you. And so, I mean, that's why we're talking. People need to get to know you, and they will find maybe this talk and then check you out. Oh, that's cool, and let's see what she's doing. So, yeah, I'm thinking for this, we're living in the perfect time. You don't need to be mainstream, or you don't need to be catering to what you think people might want to hear. So just do what you like, and I think this really, first of all, it resonates with the people better, and it also oozes out of a sound of a songs, if it's honest and if it's yours, and that's all that is there to it. So the mixing and mastering you do yourself as well?
No, that's the only part I outsourced. That's the part I thought I need someone to do this to make it really
good
sound
choice.
like
Good choice.
professional.
Yeah, no, really good choice.
Yeah, it would have taken me forever to do that myself.
Yeah, no, this okay, this is just my personal opinion, but you know, especially as a solo artist like you are, you know, there is so many hats you have to wear. You have to do the advertisement, you have to do this and that and whatever. So I personally believe it's better to get people who are good in something, you know, to kind of outsource. You know, you did the music and then you give it to someone else, and he does, or he or she does whatever she does best with it. And of course, today you can have tutorials and you can find everything and you can pour in hours to learn how to mix and to master. But I personally think, okay, you know, I can put in hours for this, or I can write a new song, or I can, you know, work on my lyrics, or I can work on my voice, you know, something I rather enjoy and I'm better at anyway than to be mediocre at something because I learn from YouTube tutorials, and rather have somebody else, you know, and also you get a second opinion from there, you know, and they can help you. Okay, this should be in the foreground and stuff. So, yeah, I'm completely with that. Yeah, this just brings me to cover artwork. I have to admit, you know, it was so short notice. I didn't check your cover artwork again. I you know, just looked at your Instagram. I mean, you're posting pictures of you and your cat. You have a cat, right?
Yes, I have a cat. She's really small. Like she's very small for a grown cat. She's the size of a kitten.
Ooh, it's nice. I like cats.
Cool,
But
cool.
who's I also like dogs. You know, I'm kind of one of these weird guys who likes both. You know, usually you have like, oh, you like cats or you like dogs. You know, I like both. I wanted to ask you who's doing your cover artwork.
I got a friend of mine who was whom I met in my freshman year of college. He takes photos. He took a bunch of photos for me. I wasn't preparing for it to be my cover art, but he took a bunch of pictures, and then it turned out that they were very suitable for the mood of my music. So I used a bunch of the pictures for my cover art. I outsourced the making of the logo for my name to somebody, but then I did the editing. It's very simple editing, just putting like the words on the picture myself.
Okay. So it's in your hand, basically. Kind of. You know, you got the pictures and you decide what to do it, and maybe some color shading or whatever. You know, I mean, I'm like. I'm not good at this. I'm actually in the oh, I shouldn't say that. I'm in tech field as well, but I'm not really good at tech. But I'm good at talking. That's my expertise. So
It makes me want to ask more questions, but that's no pressure.
okay, yeah, no. So what are your musical influences? So where you're coming from? I mean, what's your idols? Who you look up to? What did you listen to as you grew up, and what you really like? What's kind of your cup of tea?
Yeah, I think what I grew up listening to, it's extremely different from what I listen to now, because when I grew up, I wasn't exposed to a lot of music. I was exposed to pretty much just the mainstream pop kind of things and very mellow pop music, and it was very narrow, and I don't feel like I got a lot of exposure when I was younger. But when I got into college, though, is when I met so many other music people, and then I got introduced to other genres like metal. I think metal was a big thing that got introduced to my life in the past 3 to 4 years, and I think it has like it resonates with me really strongly, and I feel like that's because it's super dark, and my music is tends to be darker. And as with regards to who are my biggest influences, it's hard to say. I would say some of the artists that I listen to a lot to are Tame Impala, The Weeknd, Beach House, Meg Myers, Author and Punisher, Behemoth. Parkway Drive. I usually listen to artists by like one or two songs, not like entire albums.
Mm-hmm.
So it's pretty widespread.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you because this is, I mean, you have maybe checked my playlist and or my radio show. I'm all over the place, you know. For me, it's easy, you know. As a radio DJ, I play whatever I like, and if I like it, I play it, you know. And it's pop, it's doom metal, it's even sometimes grindcore, or but then it's also just really. I had a singer-songwriter once because I was just like,
Nice.
I mean, yeah, it was just the guitar and because I was so blown away with his song and it was just, it resonated with me. And so this is what I'm looking, I have certain things I really like and I'm not into hip-hop and stuff. I played some rap songs but you have to be really hitting me and there had to be some guitar stuff in it or something. So I'm very particular with this. And what kind of music do you listen today now? I mean, this was what you came up, grew up with, and what's today? You already said like Parkway Drive, right? And Behemoth, and this is what you're listening today. But this is more the heavy stuff. So where are you coming from the not so heavy stuff? What's your pop music you're listening in or into today?
Today, the pop music stuff. Let's see. The names are eluding me when I think about them.
But when if you I just wanted to add because you said the heavy heavy metal, of course it's heavy metal, but I wanted to point out there's also lighter heavy metal, like speed metal or I call it this hero metal like how are called Manowar or something, the operatic more metal. So I mean, you switch to doom metal, and doom metal, of course, is really doom and gloom, of course, and I like this a lot. But I just wanted to point out, just metal is not all destruction and corpse paint or something. There's other things. So, what's your plans for the future? Are there any collaborations, or how do you think, or how do you want to progress with what you're doing right now?
Yeah, so I have filmed the 2 music videos for my EP all by myself, and I did everything myself. But when I think moving forward, I'm going to outsource some of the music video making because I really like the idea of having music video to accompany music. But when it comes to the actual songs, I see myself just being solo and doing no collaborations for a while because I still want to explore a bunch of genres just by myself and just to make myself feel happy and satisfied by exploring all these different things. And I think there's still a long way to go with regards to that. And I'm excited about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think, so this was a stupid question because I think you're in the process right now to find your own voice, to kind of find what you are as HALAN. Do I say HALAN or Helen? HALAN, right?
HALAN.
So this is, was a stupid question because you are now exploring what you are and what you want to do and where you want to go. So, you're all over the place and that's absolutely fine. And then you will find things and then things usually, if you stick with it, fall into places anyway, you know what you're doing. It's also, when I see covers, that bands do covers of other songs and they have nothing to add to them. We're just kind of playing them. That makes no sense to me, because you first have to find your own way of doing your music so that you can really add something new to a cover. Like if you, that's a really big example. Rammstein covered Das Model, or stripped from Depeche Mode, and you still hear the song, and you can, this is this song, but it's of course with a twist and the taint of Rammstein, and this is what you need to do right now as well. You need to find your own twist and taint of your music, and then you can do a cover. I mean, from my point of view, from my perspective, to really do it justice and not just playing the same chords. Doing a cover of a pop song. I mean, you're a trained musician. You played Brahms and all these other Chopin and all these composers. So for you, a 4-chord pop song shouldn't be a problem to to play, but you need to find your own voice in it. To find your own little thing that makes it special for you. And okay. No, so this was a stupid question. But so you just said you had your first live stream tonight, which of course I missed. So you're already in the mode of acquiring fans, or some traction. Let's put it this way. So how is this working for you, or how are you feeling in this direction? What worked for you?
I feel pretty great. I think there were times where like I released this EP slowly over the course of the summer, and there were times where I feel like, oh, this is literally dropping down into a hole and no one's hearing it, and it's not gonna get discovered. But I feel like sometimes, like even now, it's not like I have a lot of fans, but I feel like there are people listening to my music and it's resonating with them. And I think what makes me feel super great is when people listen to my music and they go, oh, like this really speaks to me, or this is really new stuff. Like thank you for making this music. Thank you for making this like unique sound. And that's what makes me feel, okay, I think I'm getting somewhere, and this feels really good.
Yeah, I'm completely with you, because this is the. I mean, of course, I guess we all have the hope and the wish, we could live from our music and just do what we love. But if you don't have that, that's the greatest thing, that you touch people, because music is something special, and you touch people here. And I completely with you. That's also okay, sorry, shouldn't talk too much about me, but I remember one really, really bad gig I had with one of my former bands, and it was disastrous. But after this, one guy came to me, just one person, and said, this one song was really, touched me and touched my heart. And it was like, okay, everything's fine. We reached one person. We had a crappy time on stage, but one person got us, and this is more important than I mean, playing stadium. Okay, I wouldn't mind playing a stadium. One thing I always think it's really ballsy, and I have to congratulate for this, because it's doing music alone is performing live alone is something different. I played in bands, and if you have a real band with drummer and whatever, you can hide a little bit, and even if you are the singer, you can kind of you can go to the you can hide even on stage. And here the focus is all on you. So do you have like a stage persona, or I didn't saw your live stream. So how do you deal with that? Because all eyes are on you.
For my EP, it's a really personal EP, and I feel like it wasn't it wasn't hard for me at all to completely get into the zone and um just show the emotion behind the lyrics, just naturally expressing it in the way that I hear it in my head. um I think it's probably different being on a live stream because I don't actually see anybody. I just know that people are watching me. um but for this song, because I'm doing my own song, and it's very personal topics that I touch on in the songs, I think it was very easy for me to like get into the zone and just like emote like that.
And so your plan, but I mean, we are now still in the COVID pandemic, and
Yeah.
so I guess all you're in Los Angeles, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I talked with some other musicians from Los Angeles, so I know everything has been shut down so far, and there's
Mm-hmm.
only this online streaming. Um, but so even when things are starting up again, you will. Do you think you will have the guts to perform live and standing in a real audience in front of us? Okay, good. Yeah.
I've been fantasizing just going out somewhere and doing street performance. I don't think I can just do that anywhere, but that's what I've been fantasizing about. I really itch to be in front of a real audience. And I think I will want to find opportunities to do that once there's no lockdown.
No, I'm with you. I hope you will. But sometimes you have, people are, sometimes people rather want to create music and don't want to stand in front of an audience because
Mm-hmm.
this is. You said you have your personal songs, and
Mm-hmm.
so sometimes the audience can be hurtful, or can be there be
Mm-hmm.
hecklers and idiots who just
Yeah.
give you, I don't know, have you had some experience with that? I mean, you played in bands before, so that you got hurt. I mean, what I'm trying to say is, if you pour your heart into your songs,
Mm-hmm.
you put in some personality there, and
Mm-hmm.
you're a poet as well, right? You write your own lyrics, of course, and you
Yeah.
write poetry, and so how do you deal with it? That you show yourself, but maybe don't want to show too much of yourself.
Yeah. That's for sure. I had a lot of apprehension like before I released some of the stuff that I released, and but then ultimately I
Apprehension.
think
Just sorry, I'm not so bad in English, but apprehension means you had doubts or fear. What? Just give me the
yeah,
word.
like a little bit of anxiety,
Anxiety. Okay,
anxiousness.
okay, okay. This I understand. Sorry for interruption,
No
but yeah.
worries, no worries, no worries.
Mm.
All good. Um, yeah, apprehension about like releasing things because usually, for example, on social media, I don't post anything. Like most of the people on social media don't really know much about me except for, oh, I have a cat and I'm obsessed with my cat, and all I post about is are my cats, my cat.
Okay.
Um, and then all of a sudden, I dropped this EP with like addressing for different people that I've crossed paths with in my life, and then I guess I did feel a little bit of um, apprehension, anxiety about like putting myself out there. But then ultimately, after I do that, I feel like it becomes normalized. So I'm a little more shameless. Shameless is probably not the right word, but more like thick-skinned, and I don't really care about what people are thinking or if they think it's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, because I think if I find meaning in it and some one other person finds meaning in it, I think that's enough. But I have come across people who have like harsh comments online, and a lot of the times they're just like pretty dumb comments that
Mm.
don't really make sense.
Okay. I'm
But that
No, I think you have also the benefit besides you grew up in this environment because I think you're a little bit younger. I'm not going to ask you for your age or something, but no, I mean you grew up with this. With this new media, social media stuff. So it seems like, it worked out for you that you kind of know how to take it, So, okay. So you're not, what's the right word, flabbergasted or blown away if somebody says, oh, this, she cannot sing and da, and this and that. And so you know how to deal with it and just take it as a, as a stupid comment from an idiot. Because most people don't really know, and I guess you can subscribe to that, is, I mean, it takes guts to even put out songs, and if you put out very personal stuff, it's your heart, and people just stab at it and don't think about it because it's so easy to troll on the internet and just and what is she's singing there and this is so stupid and so I mean if people I guess I have also a closed audience and a bubble, but maybe if some people are out there and understand this, that there are people behind it. This is why I talk with you, to show there is a person behind it, and you can really hurt someone. Do you have a stage persona you put on when you do a performance, or are you just you?
I think I'm a little more dramatic when I'm singing, and I try to be. I get inspired by Meg Myers. Meg Myers is one of the artists that I discovered recently, and she's very emotive in her stage performances, and she's extremely raw, and she's not afraid to express herself and her songs in a very raw way, and that's how I think I draw from her energy of being, fearless and just being dramatic and being absorbed in the songs and in your self-expression.
No,
so I try to draw inspiration from people who are super confident and super strong.
Yeah, maybe fake it until you make it. I don't know. I'm not going to tell you that you fake it, but yeah, for me. When I do a performance and you have a day job and you get on stage and you don't feel that great, but of course there are people there who usually paid to see you and something, so you kind of you crank it up and and when you push yourself, and usually you have a lot of adrenaline and stage fright and things that keep you motivated and do the best you can do. I mean, you're absolutely right here. You putting on a show and you be more dramatic, but this is exactly from my perspective what people want. People want the worst thing you can do is like, okay, I'm the singer-songwriter and I'm gonna play you a song, and this is kind of like you can do this maybe if you do the lounge piano in a bar or something, where you just do the background noise basically. But if you want to do a performance, you need to perform.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think when I perform, I keep in mind that if I were the audience, I want to see something and not just hear this person. I want to see them express themselves, and I want to see them enjoying the song and feeling the song in their body as well. And then it speaks to me more when I see that.
Yeah, so it's really bad that you at the moment only can do live streams because I take it you were on stage with your other bands you played in, and you can feel the energy from the audience, if you connect with them. And that's really it's kind of intoxicating, if people get into it. And so, and even if you just reach one person, it's great.
Yes.
So for, you don't have to talk about it, but it sounded a little bit like you do some self-censoring on Instagram, and I get it. You want to maybe still have a distinction between the private person and the out person there. So maybe at the moment it's still a little bit muddled because you are kind of just starting out with it. So most bigger bands or artists, they have kind of like a official channel and then a private one, or they are not on social media at all. But as I pointed out, you're the younger generation, and I guess you know how to work it and use this tool. So do you feel yourself as sometimes okay, I shouldn't say that, or I shouldn't post that or something, or how do you because for one thing, you're writing this very intense and heartfelt poetry, where you put out yourself. And but then on Instagram, you're like, okay, I'm just this cat person and really nice pictures or something. How do you bridge the gap, basically?
I think half of the reason of why I don't share like everything about my life is just because I don't think about documenting it or sharing it with people. I just enjoy it for myself. So a lot of the things like I'm just doing for myself, but I've received feedback of people saying, oh, you should be posting a little bit more on your Instagram profile for your music, because you're not posting anything. You're just posting it when your songs are released. You should probably post a little bit more in between. And then at first it was kind of forced because I didn't really know what to post. But then after some time, I'm kind of like a quirky and comedic person, like in person in my day-to-day life. And then I realized that, oh, maybe I can just like be myself and do some quirky posts if I feel like it. And then that will feel more natural, and it doesn't even have to be like a promotion kind of thing. It's just like enjoyable. It's just like, just messing around, having fun. And then that just feels more natural. Usually it doesn't come to me naturally to share like serious things like, oh, look, I'm doing this right now. I post if there's like something interesting, like absolutely interesting to share.
Mm-hmm. No, but this ties back to what I said. You being how you say where's a right word for that? You're being a real person and authentic. That's the thing. You're doing it authentic. You don't force yourself and oh, look, it's me and face and that face, and you're doing yourself, and that's a good thing. So just because you just mentioned it, you have what's your release schedule, or what's how you do releases? Yeah, because you said you only posted things when you release something, and of course that's not the way to do it, because it's like woof, and then you're gone, and woof, and in this day and age, and you know this better than me, you need to be constantly, I mean, sometimes I hate it, sometimes it's just, okay, that's the way you have to do it. You need to be constantly visible, kind of bringing out something or doing. So what's your release schedule? Because you said you already have something in the pipeline, this doom stuff. I'm please hit me up. I wanna hear it.
Ideally, I would consistently release music without too long of a break in between, so that like people don't forget. And even if it's not music, it's like music videos. So for example, it's been 2 weeks since I released my EP, and I had a video for one of the songs, and it's releasing tomorrow. It's releasing at 9 a.m. PST.
Okay, good. We can block this. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna upload this as soon as possible, but there will be a link to your Spotify anyway and I can also do a link to your video. Maybe send it to me, that I can link to your video, on YouTube also as well.
Cool. And then for this video that's upcoming, it took a lot of tries, a lot of failed ideas, and because of that, I have a lot of like failed footage, which I compiled into another video for my entertainment and for anyone's entertainment, which I will release later after I release the actual music video.
Okay, so you will release a blooper reel basically and make a video out of it. Okay, no, that's good. See, this is exactly what I meant. It makes you accessible and also, I think, with especially on Instagram, where everyone wants to look good and only show the nice stuff. There is also, in my opinion, the pendulum swinging to the other side, to show the real thing, and you don't always look great and like in a video with wind in your hair and dramatic poses and stuff. So you just get up grumpy, your hair is not combed, and you have a coffee and life sucks. And so I like to be honest, but on the other, you have to balance it, to be honest and authentic, and also be a stage persona, or a persona of a public persona kind of thing, So it's I don't really know how to. I try to be myself. Last night, for example, I mean, we're talking about you, but just one more thing from me. Last night I had my radio show where I will play your song as well if you send me an MP3. So next time you're gonna be listened to on the radio as well. And I realized, I'm getting a little bit bored just sitting here to listen to the music I really like. So I started dancing. So I danced to the song, and as I was live streaming it on YouTube, people might think this is really ridiculous. And I played in serious metal bands as well, and where one guy told me, "Real men, we don't dance." So I said, "Okay, I'm not dancing. I'm just moving to the music," kind of. So anyway, I'm a serious person, but I want to have fun as well. And if I play the music, I laugh. So, and I just don't want to sit on my chair and bumping along. When I was like, no, what the heck, I don't have to say anything into the microphone for 4 minutes or something. Let's dance. Let's move. I mean, I'm a serious man. So
that's a great voice.
Thank you. I did. If you need me to, okay, no, we're far apart, but I'm a little actor as well, so I can dance in your videos. If you want an old guy, a sweating old guy in your videos, just hit me up. I'm there, and I can. See, if you ever want a collaboration and you want something to say, the next song from Helen is Hell or something, I can just ask me. I can send you some samples, and then you can do whatever. Yeah, you can make a song out of it if you want to. Okay, so thank you for being so open. Is there something else you want me to, you want to talk about, or tell the listeners and viewers out there? I know this is very short notice, and we just kind of say, you want to do it now? Oh, yeah, let's do it now, and so I know but we can. You will, as it sounds like, you will have more releases coming up. So when you have a big premiere, please hit me up, and then we can either talk or just I play you in my radio show or put you in my playlist. So just if you have something to add to our conversation, just let me know now.
Now with regards to releases, I hope to release that song that I'm working on by the end of the year, hopefully. And then in the meantime, there are a couple of videos coming up. Um, and I think I don't have anything super specific to share. Um, yeah, I think we talked about quite a lot of stuff, and it was really fun
Okay,
chatting with
okay,
you.
yeah. So when I told you before we started this thing, we don't need to stretch it out. I rather have a second conversation and a third conversation than just
Yeah.
to be laboring like, oh, well, now we need to talk about something and okay, no, so I'm absolutely fine. So thank you
Yeah.
for your time on this very short notice.
No
Please
problem.
send me the links to your YouTube channel, so to your videos, so I can link them to this video. I will upload in a few moments, and as I told you, this will become a podcast as well. But as I did so many talks, you will be scheduled somewhere in next month. Anyway, just follow the thing. It's on Spotify and iTunes and other things. So okay, yeah. Now I'm plugging myself a little bit.
What?
Now I'm plugging myself a little bit here.
Oh
So
no.
I talk with every single follower I have. I talk personally, like with you. No, I'm not. I'm not.
Oh,
Anyway, yeah. Thank you for your time. Have a great weekend, and I wish you all the best. And I'm serious here. I'm really looking forward to your doom thing. I cannot imagine, having heard your dark pop thing, that what a doom song from you might sound like. But I'm really, really curious, and I want to hear it. And I think, with your expertise and excellence, like you do music, I think it will be a great song, and I'm really looking forward to feature it in my radio show and in my playlist.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I really, really enjoyed this conversation. It's like a really nice way to start off my weekend. Great chat.
Perfect, perfect. Okay, so have a good you have an evening, right? Have a good evening.
Yeah.
I
Is it morning your time?
Yeah, this is it's 7 o'clock here, 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm a
7
morning
a.m.
person, so for
Oh
me
wow.
it's always I'm a crazy guy. I get up
It's
early.
great. It's great. It's great to do a lot of things and
Yeah,
start the day off with.
exactly. My family is still asleep, and I can do the
Oh.
things I love and just talk with you, and then start the day with them and have breakfast and stuff. So it's nice. I like it. Okay, so have a great weekend. Please hit
You
me up
too.
with all the stuff what you release. Seriously, honestly, I like to hear it. And please send me your YouTube link. So I will upload the video now, and it will be in there. And so that people can see your premieres and your videos. Okay,
Cool.
have a great weekend, and
You
talk to
too.
you later.
Talk to you
Bye.
later. Have a great time. Have a great
Thank you.
rest of the day.
Thank you. Bye.